herself a lot, not sure if she's just being friendly or truly interested. Watch closely. If she behaves like this, her feelings go way beyond the emotional. When a woman's interest moves beyond emotional connection, the first thing you may notice is a profound change in her overall presence around you. She no longer simply participates in conversations or spends time with you casually. Instead, there's a deliberate intentionality in the way she engages, from the way she listens attentively to the way she mirrors your movements or expressions. Everything about her demeanor conveys that she is consciously investing energy into building a deeper bond. This subtle yet powerful shift is often the earliest sign that her feelings are evolving beyond friendship or basic emotional connection, indicating that she may be exploring attraction that includes curiosity, physical awareness, and a desire for closeness that transcends a word alone. One of the most telling signs that her interest has expanded beyond emotional attachment is consistency in communication and engagement. Unlike casual or superficial connections, where interactions can be sporadic or dependent on convenience, a woman who interest runs deeper tends to maintain a steady pattern of reaching out, responding, and being emotionally present. She doesn't vanish for days without explanation. Nor does she only communicate when she needs something. Instead, there's a rhythm to her presence that suggests deliberate attention to nurturing the connection, reflecting not only emotional attachment but also a subconscious or conscious awareness of her growing desire for intimacy on multiple levels. Another major indicator is the way she manages physical proximity and personal space. When emotional interest alone is present, a physical closeness can feel incidental or purely situational. However, when her interest extends beyond emotional boundaries, she often finds subtle ways to reduce distance between you, whether it's leaning in slightly during conversation, positioning herself physically closer in group settings, or maintaining orientation toward you. Even in crowded spaces, these actions often communicate comfort, trust, and attraction, even if the gestures are small and almost imperceptible. They carry significant meaning because they reflect her subconscious or conscious awareness of the connection as something deeper than casual friendship. Eye contact serves as a remarkably powerful indicator of interest that transcends emotional connection. When someone is only emotionally invested, their eye contact may be polite, brief, or purely conversational. In contrast, when interest extends beyond emotion, her gaze lingers with a subtle intensity. You may notice her looking at you longer than necessary, often with a softened or warmth that feels deliberate. This sustained visual attention communicates not only emotional presence but also curiosity and attraction, revealing that she is evaluating the connection in multiple dimensions simultaneously, paying attention to not just your words but also your energy, tone, and presence in a way that signals deeper interest. Her behavior around silence and pauses often shifts when her interest deepens. In casual or purely emotional interactions, silence can feel awkward, promoting one or both parties to fill it with conversation. However, when her interest moves beyond emotional quiet moments, are comfortable, even charged, she doesn't feel the need to constantly talk or seek reassurance. Instead, she seems at ease sharing presence with you, suggesting a level of comfort and trust that is typically associated with interest that includes both emotional and physical or intimate curiosity. This comfort with shared silence often reflects a deeper cognitive and emotional engagement, which is a hallmark of evolving attraction. Increased curiosity about personal habits, preferences, and subtle details of your life is another significant sign that her interest is progressing. She may ask questions about your routines, your likes and dislikes, and even hypothetical scenarios designed to gauge your responses. Unlike superficial conversation, which tends to remain surface level, these inquiries indicate that she is actively trying to understand who you are in the more profound way. This type of curiosity reflects investment in the relationship that goes beyond simple emotional appreciation, suggesting she is exploring how you fit into her broader perception of connection, intimacy, and compatibility. Emotional expression tends to become more dynamic and layered when her interest surpasses purely emotional boundaries. You may notice that she shares personal stories, vulnerabilities, or nuanced opinions she rarely reveals to others. This increased kindness isn't simply about emotional trust, it's a sign that she's intentionally deepening the connection and gauging your responses to her authenticity. It also suggests she feels safe with you, which is a prerequisite for emotional and physical attraction to intertwine. The way she balances vulnerability with playfulness or teasing can also serve as a subtle signal that her engagement with you is intentional and multidimensional. Keep watching because you're revealing the subtle signs that show when she is genuinely invested, and missing them could cause you a real connection. Mirroring behavior, whether conscious or subconscious, is a key psychological indicator of interest that extends beyond emotion. When she mirrors your body language, speech patterns, or energy levels, it's often a sign that she's synchronizing with you on multiple levels. Mirroring fosters a sense of connection and rapport and is typically observed in relationships where mutual attraction is present. As behavior goes beyond a mere emotional bonding, it signals that she is attuned to you in a way that encompasses both comfort and a desire for closer interaction, reflecting interest that is both cognitive and instinctively physical. Playful teasing or rather often intensifies when her interest grows beyond emotional levels. Unlike casual jokes, this type of interaction is nuanced and often serves multiple purposes. It creates intimacy, tests boundaries, and ignores attraction in a light-hearted way. She may challenge your opinions, respond with a clever report, or introduce inside jokes that develop exclusively between the two of you. This combination of emotional play and subtle testing of limits is a common sign that she is assessing the connection for mutual compatibility and attraction, demonstrating that her investment is both intentional and multifaceted. A heightened attention to details about you also signals a deeper interest. She may remember small anecdotes, comments, or preferences you've shared and bring them up later in conversation, demonstrating active listening and sustained focus. This level of attentiveness is rarely casual. It reflects a conscious or subconscious effort to understand you more comprehensively when coupled with other signs like physical awareness and playful engagement. Remembering details indicates that her feelings are layered and evolving beyond purely emotional connection. Pointing toward a more integrated form of attraction, time management and prioritization reveal much about her intentions. When she values being around you, she makes the effort to adjust schedules, extend conversations, or seek out opportunities to spend time together, unlike purely emotional interest, which may tolerate sporadic attention. Deeper attraction motivates a consistent effort and investment. Her willingness to allocate time and attention to shared moments indicates that she perceives the connection as significant on multiple levels, encompassing both emotional closeness and a more instinctual or physical curiosity about the interaction. Changes in tone and expressiveness are also meaningful. A softening voice, a laughter that comes more easily, or heightened responsiveness often signal deeper engagement. These subtle vocal and behavioral cues indicate that she is emotionally comfortable while simultaneously expressing attraction, unlike casual or purely emotional interaction, which may remain narrow or reserved. These changes in expressiveness suggest that her feelings are expanding to include a broader spectrum of interest and connection. Subtle gestures of care or attention often appear when her interest grows deeper. She may notice your discomfort, offer small acts of consideration, or anticipate your needs before you voice them. While these behaviors might appear ordinary on the surface, they reflect an investment that goes beyond emotional liking. This combination of attentiveness, empathy, and intentional action is frequently observed in interactions where emotional, cognitive, and instinctive attraction intersect. Communication frequency often increases when her interest surpasses emotional connection. She may reach out without a clear reason, send messages spontaneously, or initiate shared experiences. This behavior demonstrates curiosity and engagement that extends beyond simple emotional investment, reflecting a desire to maintain a continuous presence in your life. Frequent and meaningful communication signals that she is emotionally and psychologically attuned to the connection, often preparing the ground for a deeper, multidimensional bond. Self-presentation subtly shifts when her interest depends. She may dress slightly differently, adjust grooming habits, or present herself with increased awareness in your presence, unlike dramatic or overt changes. These subtle modifications are typically subconscious indicators of attraction, reflecting her desire to make a positive impression while maintaining authenticity. Combined with other behavioral cues, attention to self-presentation signals that she is thinking about the connection on both emotional and instinctual levels. Testing boundaries generally is another common sign. She may explore conversational, emotional, or social boundaries through questions, scenarios, or playful challenges. This is not manipulative behavior, rather, it reflects curiosity and a desire to gauge your reactions to closeness and intimacy. Testing boundaries allows her to evaluate compatibility while simultaneously signaling that her interest extends beyond purely emotional engagement. Comfort with personal topics tends to increase when interest deepens. Conversations naturally progress from general or surface level topics to more meaningful and personal discussions. She may inquire about your routines, values, or future aspirations. This openness is a strong indicator that she perceives the relationship as a significant, blending emotional engagement with curiosity about potential closeness on other levels. She becomes more attuned to your energy and mood, responding in ways that demonstrate emotional sensitivity. This heightened responsiveness isn't only a sign of emotional investment, but also indicates that she is observing subtle cues that suggest attraction and connection. Being attuned and this way reflects a multi-layered interest that goes beyond simple friendship or emotional closeness. Playfulness and flirtation may intertwine with emotional vulnerability. The balance between teasing and sincerity often signals that her engagement is intentional, layered, and dynamic. She is simultaneously testing boundaries, expressing attraction, and fostering trust, all of which reflect interest that encompasses multiple dimensions of connection. Her focus and attention are heightened during shared moments as she listens intently, responds thoughtfully, and appears fully present. Unlike casual interactions where attention may drop, this level of focus suggests deliberate engagement and indicates that her interest extends beyond emotional comfort to include curiosity, attraction, and desire for deeper connection. Her responsiveness to your humor, opinions, and ideas often becomes more pronounced when her interest surpasses a purely emotional connection. She doesn't just react politely or superficially. Instead, she engages fully, laughing, genuinely offering thoughtful counterpoints and showing enthusiasm for your perspective. This dynamic interaction reflects that she is emotionally invested while also enjoying the subtle energy and attraction that goes beyond conversation alone. When someone demonstrates this level of attentiveness, it often indicates that she is exploring the connection on a cognitive and instinctual level, attuned not only to what you say but also to the vibe you project. She may initiate shared experiences or suggest activities that allow you to spend more quality time together. This initiative is rarely coincidental. It reflects a desire to create opportunities for bonding that encompass emotional closeness, mutual enjoyment, and physical presence, even if not overtly romantic or intimate. By actively seeking shared experiences, she is signaling that she values your company in a way that transcends friendship, demonstrating multi-layered interest that includes curiosity about deeper engagement. Her attentiveness to your mood and well-being often increases when interest moves beyond emotion. She may ask questions designed to understand how you're feeling, offer supportive remarks, or even adjust her behavior to make you more comfortable. This level of empathy indicates that she is emotionally attuned while simultaneously demonstrating investment in a relationship at the more instinctual or attraction-based level, suggesting that her feelings are complex, intentional, and evolving. Subtle changes in physical gestures or microexpressions are also key indicators. She may unconsciously touch her hair, shift her posture toward you, or smile in a way that feels different from how she interacts with others. These small but meaningful behaviors often signal comfort, attraction, and attention, reflecting an interest that integrates emotional, cognitive, and physical awareness simultaneously. She may exhibit a blend of vulnerability and confidence in her interactions with you, sharing personal experiences, insecurities, or past challenges while maintaining playful or confident energy demonstrates that she is comfortable being authentic around you. This dynamic suggests that she trusts you, values the connection, and is exploring the relationship with intention, combining emotional investment with curiosity about how deeper level of closeness could unfold. A hidden sense of attunement to your reactions and boundaries often becomes evident. She may observe how you respond to jokes, subtle touches, or conversational topics, adjusting her behavior accordingly. This attentiveness isn't about control but about aligning with your energy and creating an environment where emotional and instinctual interest can develop safely. It reflects the kind of multi-dimensional engagement that signals attraction beyond emotional comfort. When her interest depends, she may subtly test scenarios that gauge your reactions to closeness. These could be conversational, social, or situational experiments designed to assess comfort levels, compatibility, or mutual curiosity. This exploratory behavior indicates that she is thinking critically about the connection, balancing emotional safety with the instinctive desire to evaluate chemistry, which is a hallmark of interest that transcends a purely emotional engagement. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to subscribe. Increase attentiveness to shared history and past interactions is another sign. She may recall previous conversations, inside jokes, or moments of significance in ways that demonstrate she is actively processing and valuing your shared experiences. This behavior shows that she is emotionally invested while also engaging her cognitive and instinctual faculties to evaluate and deepen the connection, highlighting interest that operates on multiple levels. Her behavior in social settings can reveal multi-dimensional interest. She may position herself near you, initiate group interactions that include you, or subtly highlight your presence in ways that indicate pride, attraction, and attentiveness. Observing how she navigates social dynamics while maintaining focus on you can provide insights into the depths and breadth of her feelings, showing that her connection goes beyond emotional comfort. She may demonstrate heightened responsiveness to your expressions of emotion, whether you share excitement, frustration, or curiosity. She reacts in ways that indicate understanding, empathy, and engagement. This responsiveness is deeper than casual friendship. It reflects emotional investment intertwined with curiosity and attentiveness, signaling that her interest encompasses multiple dimensions of connection, including attraction, awareness, and intention. Attention to detail in her communication style often becomes apparent. She may adapt her tone, timing, or word choice to match your energy or preferences, sadly fostering resonance and rapport. This adaptive behavior reflects not only emotional engagement but also a nuanced awareness of how her presence affects you, suggesting that her interest includes both cognitive and instinctual components beyond mere emotional connection. She may show interest in your aspirations, goals, or passions in a way that is more intentional than casual curiosity, asking insightful questions, offering encouragement, or remembering specifics from previous discussions indicates that she is invested in understanding you deeply. This level of engagement reflects a connection that is thoughtful, attentive, and layered, demonstrating that her interest extends beyond emotional comfort into a realm of meaningful attraction and attentiveness. Subtle flirtation or energy shifts may occur even if unspoken or nuanced. These moments aren't overt declarations but often manifest through playful moments, gestures, or changes in tone and presence. As such behaviors, when combined with a consistent emotional engagement, attentiveness, and curiosity suggest that her interest is multifaceted, blending emotional investment with instinctive attraction and a desire for deeper connection. She may take steps to maintain your attention or create memorable experiences in subtle ways, whether through shared activities, thoughtful gestures, or meaningful conversation. Her actions reflect intention, care, and investment. These behaviors indicate that she values your presence and connection beyond surface level emotion, signaling a desire to explore closeness, compatibility, and attraction in a holistic manner. Ultimately, when a woman acts in a way that indicates her interest extends beyond emotional connection, the overall pattern is one of intentionality, attentiveness, and nuance engagement. As she is emotionally present, cognitively curious, and instinctively aware of the dynamics between you. Her behaviors, from subtle touches and prolonged eye contact to thoughtful communication, shared experiences, and adaptive responsiveness, affirm a cohesive pattern that signals a deep, multi-dimensional interest. Recognizing these signs allows you to understand the depths of her feelings and navigate the connection thoughtfully and appreciate the ways in which her investment spans emotional, cognitive, and instinctive dimensions, ultimately reflecting a bond that's meaningful, intentional, and evolving. Thank you for watching. See you in a new video.